Welcome to Neighborhood Update. There is no better time in the city of New Bedford than summertime. We are home to many different cultures, festivals, and activities. Today, we will shed a spotlight on the Cape Verdean population, which immigrated to New Bedford in the late 18th and early 19th century to work on whaling ships. New Bedford became home to the largest settlement of Cape Verdeans in America, hence being nicknamed Cape Verdean Ellis Island. Over the years, Cape Verdeans mastered whaling, becoming captains of whaling ships. They contribute greatly to developing this great city in whaling, maritime, education, politics, nursing, sports, music, food, economics, and more. In 1975, Cape Verde became an independent nation, and during this year's Cape Verdean Recognition Week, organizers and residents will celebrate and commemorate the 50-year milestone. With me to guide the conversation today is Ivan Britto, President of the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee. Welcome.
Thank you.
Diane Gomes, who will be joining us later, Chairperson of the Cape Verdean Parade, and Debbie Soares, who is a committee member for the Bike Ride Committee. Welcome to all of you.
Thank you.
Let's take a deep dive because 30 minutes will just fly by with all that we have to cover. I mentioned in my opening home to the largest number of Cape Verdeans. However, that has changed. I believe Brockton now has the largest number, but New Bedford will always be the root of where Cape Verdeans first came and established organizations that have been maintained for hundreds of years, a testament to the rich history and re-envision for future generations. Ivan, I do believe we must pay homage to the great folks whose shoulders we stand on. So in your role as chair, I feel we must mention Marilyn Fufi Gonzalez, who for many years was part of the parade committee and the scholarship committee. And you know, we look at what all these folks have done, which has made it seamless for future generations to take over and to continue this work. And thanks to you, I think you've been doing this now for about 4 years.
4 years, yep.
4 years. So catch us up to speed and let us know, what is the calendar for Cape Verdean Recognition Week? Begin with the first day and take us through the week.
Thank you for having us, Marci. It's great to be here.
Absolutely.
So first, I do want to pay homage to the elders of our group. Like you said, I've been president since 2021. Before that, I was part of the parade committee for a couple of years. I joined the parade committee, then later joined the board, and then later became the president. But it's an honor to be part of that group, and members of the group that's been there since the beginning, like Bruce Rose, Diane, who's been the chair of the parade committee for over a decade and has been a member of the board for many years. Excuse me. And Mary Ann, who's a press president, Marilyn, who was the past chairperson of the scholarship committee, and many others. So we stand on their shoulders. I mean, This organization that's been doing this for over 53 years now, going on 53 years. That's not something that's likely. You don't do something for that long and not care for it or have a passion for it.
Absolutely.
So us as young members, we come on and learn and then try to build on what's already been established. So, but for this year, we're excited. It's 50 years. We do have a full calendar and just trying to celebrate 50 years of independence and the pride that we have in the community.
Yes.
Obviously, New Bedford, that's where we came from.
Yes.
That's where we landed here first. That's Cape Verdeans in the U.S., and it's always going to have a special place in our history. And I think we've been carrying it well.
Yes.
There's a rich history of Cape Verdeans in New Bedford and what we've built, the contributions that we have made to the city and continue to. So I'll go into the calendar with that said that we have planned for this year. I'm going to read off my phone because I don't want to mess it up. So we'll start the week on Sunday, Thursday, June 26th, we have the scholarship award ceremony that's going to happen at the Whaling Museum. That's going to happen actually tomorrow, 6 p.m. And we're excited because we're going to give out a lot of money for the students that are going to be going to college.
And I heard from Bruce this year, some of these students are just really at the top tier.
Yeah.
Going to some of our Ivy League schools and just really doing some great things. So that's awesome.
Definitely. So that is going to be on June 26th. And then on June 29th, we have our memorial mass for the deceased members of the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee at 9 a.m. at the OLOA Church.
Which we must mention is the oldest Cape Verdean church in the country.
Yep, definitely. And then on Monday, June 30th, we have the flag raising ceremony happening at 5:30 on the steps of City Hall. We're going to have entertainment, obviously a ceremony, and with DJ, music, and some other entertainment that will be exciting. So that's happening on Monday, June 30th. And then on Saturday, July 5th, the day of the Cape Verdean Independence, we are having the 53rd Recognition Committee Recognition Parade. And then after that, we have the Cultura Festa, which is the second annual. So after the parade, we're going to have at the Serenity Garden, we're going to have music, vendors, live music, Cape Verdean music, vendors, DJs, and celebrating our culture, our heritage. And it's going to be fun. You know, the streets are going to be blocked.
Absolutely.
So come and enjoy. It's a family-friendly event. But with the parade, I'll let Diane talk more about it. It's going to be exciting. As usual, it's going to be a big parade. But that's what we have for the Recognition Week, and we're excited to celebrate it with the community. We know people come from all over the country to celebrate it, and growing up, it's still to this day, it's our favorite day of the year. And we look to celebrate it in peace and respect and make sure that people behave appropriately so that we have a day full of excitement and fun and not have no negative issues to deal with as a community, I should say. So
well, with you at the helm, I know you're setting the tone for all of that. So I know it's just going to be a great day. So that's to segue into you, Deb, with the bike ride. It's been a while. It's been a number of years before we've been able to do the bike ride. So it's back, and it's back in a major way. I love that you're sporting the t-shirt, which we should mention is now on sale. And if anybody wants to purchase the t-shirt, and I am that person that wants to purchase some t-shirts, we are to go to the Underground Cafe.
Yes, 213 Acushnet Ave. We are going to be having the bikes are we're going to be out there on Saturday, this coming Saturday, with the t-shirts and also the bike clinic, so that we have a lot of sponsors that provided bikes for the kids.
Awesome.
So we're going to be fixing up the bikes and getting them ready for the kids and assigning the kids to the bikes.
So these bikes that you're getting ready for the kids, these are bikes that they will keep? These are bikes that will be given to them, or bikes of theirs that are being repaired?
If they need the bike, we will be giving them the bike as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a donation.
I plan on participating in the bike ride, and I'm going to do the children's bike route because I feel like they need some supervision.
Oh, thank you.
And I do need a new brake, so I will attend that clinic. It's on Saturday.
Saturday.
I think you did one previously,
yes,
correct?
This past Saturday. Yes.
What a great, I love that, because you're making sure that everybody is going to be safe, getting your bike in
We're even
tip-top
showing
shape.
kids how to ride, because some kids don't know how to ride. So they've been in the park Saturday, so we're kind of helping them ride around and get familiar with the bike, sizing them up to which bike they need. So yeah, it's a lot of bikes that has been donated, and they're beautiful bikes. So
I know there is on the flyer, which we will get up on the screen, there is a QR code on the flyer.
Yes.
And I know that all the information related to the week is there. Do you have to register in advance for the bike ride?
If you're going to ride, it's best to register using the QR code or going on to Facebook. Or if you have any questions, you can give us a call or come on down to the store, and we'll be able to help you register or
So you know I have to go there because I know our community and I know our people. So how will you handle the people that are just going to show up with their bike and they just want to ride? Can they participate?
Absolutely.
How does that work?
Absolutely.
No one will be turned away?
Nobody.
Okay, so
Nobody.
that's good to know.
Adults and children, nobody's turned away. Everybody's welcome, and we're looking forward to it. So it's definitely getting very big, and it's going to be very nice.
How many people do you estimate might be participating?
A few hundred.
Really? That's
right
awesome.
Now we have a little bit over 100, but they're really starting to roll in. Great. Now and say that they'll do it.
So now let's talk about the route. Where does it begin? I know it ends at Hazelwood Park because then there's just a big cookout and going on there. But so the children, there's two routes, an adult and a child's route.
Yes.
So let's talk about the children's route first. Where does it begin and end?
It begins at Monty's Park and it ends at Hazelwood.
Okay, so which way will they go?
There's a route that's posted online as well.
Okay.
So you can see the route, exactly where they're going. There's going to be a lot of guards there with them. We're going to have a lot of security.
So the police will be have probably blocking off some streets?
Yes.
Great.
Yes. And there will be some people riding motorcycles. So everybody's going to be ready, and we're going to, in case the kids kind of like can't make it, there'll be some trucks available for them to get in and just, you know, be able to take them down to Hazelwood. So the bike ride for the kids is approximately 5 or 6 miles, I think it is, and then for the adults is 10.
That's exciting. We're going to take a short pause right now, and then we will be back with more information. Stay with us. Welcome back to Neighborhood Update. In our last segment, we were speaking about the bike ride. And just want you to be aware that the bike ride will end at Hazelwood Park, and there will be plenty of activities for children, for the whole family, food, music. So we want everyone in the community to come out and partake in this and just enjoy this community event. With me, joining in the conversation, is Diane. Welcome, Diane. And Diane, you have been the chairperson of the parade for quite a number of years now. We were talking about that before airing the show, and I think you said something like maybe 12 years. 12. Or possibly more. But what we do, we may not know the exact amount of years, but what we do know is you are doing an amazing job for us. You run a tight ship. Everybody knows that about you. So the parade is your baby, so to speak. The rain date is Sunday. And this is the 50-year anniversary. This is big. What can we expect that might be new and different this year? Any surprises?
We have a couple of surprises, and we're not going to divulge them, of course, unfortunately, because we want everyone to be surprised. But we do have some new additions this year that we're really excited about. I can tell you we have a new drum corps that's coming, because everyone always tells me we didn't have any drum corps. But if you're not in the and if you're not in the drum corps world, it's kind of hard to understand the scheduling with them, and then
the cost.
And the cost, because a lot of what people don't understand is that we pay for most of the bands that perform, the drum corps, the marching bands, and also some of the performers as well. And it's a really, really big expense. Drum corps are thousands of dollars to get here. So this year we have 2 of our drum corps coming back. One of them is coming back, and I don't actually remember them, but they reached out to me and they said that they were in the parade years ago when Stevie Cabral was involved. And that was quite some time ago, God rest his soul. And but that back in the day, all of those, the people that were originally on the parade committee back then, they were all involved in drum corps themselves. Like they all played instruments, and they were in that drum corps world, so they had a really good understanding of it. I don't come from that background, But I love it. I love the drum corps. So
on my corner, my sister, she's always dancing and so excited because she was in the Golden Raiders.
Okay, so she understands.
So she is all about that, and it's always exciting. It's always exciting when you have a drum corps.
And they're actually coming from all the way from Canada.
Oh, they're the best.
So, yeah,
Canada is always so well prepared. So that's exciting to know. And I'm sure there'll be many floats.
Yes. And we have the float competition as well. So those people out there, I don't know what camera I'm supposed to look at. Those of you out there that want to be in the float contest, make sure you step it up this year. We have the float contest every year, and we vote most beautiful, most cultural, and most creative. And actually, Dana DeBarros, I'll mention Dana from Cable Access, is the one.
Dana?
Your Dana is the one who actually initiated the float contest for us. So we're keeping it live. And we have 3 judges that walk around the morning when everyone's getting set up and decorating their floats. And before the parade steps off, they get awarded with a big banner to put in the front of their vehicle, advertising that they won. And they also get a trophy. So they need to prepare for that and start getting their floats ready if they haven't already. They should have started already.
So we have drum and bugle corps, floats. I know we have some dancers.
We definitely have some dancers this year, and we have a lot of Cape Verdean music for you. We have a couple of Cape Verdean bands coming. We have a Cape Verdean singer that performed last year that everyone loved. It was her first time joining us. She's joining us again this year. Of course, we have clowns for the children. What else, Ivan?
I think you've named most of it. Yeah, the music, the bands, floats. Just a lot of excitement. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a great representation of our culture and who we are. Just as I look at the T-shirt that you are wearing today, I love my Cape Verdean culture, wearing your pride. I see the earrings too. You are representing. So
let me also say too, in the parade, we can't forget our community organizations and our local organizations like the YWCA, the Whaling Museum, the Cytarian, who's a big supporter this year. They're even going to supply us with some volunteers for that day, because that's one thing, we're always looking for volunteers on parade day. There's just so much for us to do before and after the parade.
So if people are watching today and they're hearing that and they want to volunteer, do they just show up at the park or do they have to call in advance? How does that work?
They should call us in advance so we know that they're coming, so we have a position for them. There are some people that show up that day and say, how can I help? And we always find a job for them. However, if they get in touch with us ahead of time, we can at least give them an assignment and give them a little bit of background on what they're going to be doing, so they're not just showing up and saying, how do I do this? What do I do? And there'll be a much smoother day for us as well as them, because they'll have a little bit more understanding of what they're there to do.
Is there a number that you can share for those watching today that just might want to do that?
It's my number, which is all over the place anyway. You want me to give it out now?
Sure.
It's 508-944-7625. 508-944-7625.
Great. We'll get that on the screen.
They can text me as well. Sometimes it's easier to text me.
And we would be remiss if we did not mention the Grand Marshal for the parade this year, who is activist, community organizer, Mr. John Buddy Andrade. And, that is so significant that he is that person at this time, the 50-year. Buddy, I know Buddy has been an activist for nearly 50 years or more, his entire life. And we know that he was very active in the political party, PAIGCV, fighting for Cape Verdean independence. So there's a lot of synergy going on there, and happy to see that. So kudos to Buddy. We'll all be looking forward to seeing him, and I know, and you all know just how proud he is. There's nothing better than being acknowledged by your own community for your work, because
he's excited.
As you know, Ivan, we can be hard on each other, and you know that too, Diane. So having said all of that, this really is going to be exciting, another exciting week It always is. But also we should mention that this year, the City Council just passed Cape Verdean Recognition Month, or Cape Verdean Heritage Month, I believe it is being called. So there will be a calendar. Make sure that you check the city calendar for that information. And I do know during AHA, which is the second Thursday of every month. So the second Thursday of July, I know there'll be some Cape Verdean music outdoors, outside of some of the venues downtown. And there is also an exhibit at the Wheeling Museum, Introduction into Contemporary Cape Verdean Art. And this exhibit started on June 13th, and it will be on display until December 7th. So make sure you go out and look at that. I heard it's phenomenal. Is there anything else, Ivan or Diane, that you might want to mention that we didn't cover?
I always have to give a shout out to the parade committee, because I think it's the hardest working committee in the city. We start in September and we go right to parade day, and then we have a meeting after in July as well to give a little bit of feedback to ourselves as well as the feedback we get from the community. So I cannot do anything without giving them a shout out. So I'm gonna just read off their names so I don't forget anyone. So we have Deneen Wiley, and I should mention she is also the vendor coordinator, so she's organizing and have been in touch with all the vendors at the Katorta Festival that we have the next, after the parade. Eldrick Abreu, Gianna Almeida, Jenny Antus, Joanna Gonsalves, she's the co-chair for the, actually she's the chair for the Katorta Festival, so her and I are co-chairs for the two events.
Okay.
Joe Dias, Jose Montero, Joyce Antunes, Barboza, who is the group's coordinator, so she's the one who's been reaching out to all of the groups and making sure they have the correct applications and everything on time. Maria Mendes, she's our Queens coordinator. She makes sure that we have some kind of representation for Miss Massachusetts, and especially we love to get Miss New Bedford in the parade as well. Marianne Rogers, who Ivan mentioned earlier, she's been, I think she's had every position that we've had in the board, president on down to secretary, and now she's treasurer. Monique Britto, Renee Ledbetter, and Renee is my co-coordinator to put the parade together when we actually decide who's going where. Rick Da Silva, who I actually haven't met him yet, but he responds to all of my texts and everything. He's not really in the area, but he wants to be involved, and he will be here on parade day.
Oh, interesting. So you finally get to meet him.
Yes. And Ronnie Duat, who's been a monitor for us for years, and Shane Burgle, we all know Councilor Shane Burgle, and Valdia Correa.
Well, that's quite a committee, and I would agree with you when you say the hardest working committee, because basically you only have 2 months off during the course of the year, so that's pretty amazing.
1 month.
And yeah.
1 month, August.
I just want to add again, thank you to the committee, to the Recognition Committee, which we meet throughout the whole year with the exception of August, and it's all volunteering. It's a lot of work, a lot of meetings, so congratulations and thank you to all the members of the board, and also to the Scholarship Committee, who works hard as well, and another successful year for the Scholarship Committee. And anyone out there who wants to be involved, reach out to us. We need volunteers, we need help. We need more people from our community to volunteer, so please reach out, have your kids volunteer. I always say this because I feel we're always lacking in volunteering, and if we can do one thing as a community is help each other more, volunteer more, get involved more, because that's going to help everything we do better. It's going to become better.
You are so right. You said it
that's
perfectly,
what I would add.
Ivan, because we all love the party. Everybody shows up for the party, and everybody assumes that everything will always go on. But if the labor isn't there, if the workers aren't there, it just won't continue. And
absolutely.
As you've identified, you know, we have a proud culture and a proud history, and we must continue with that legacy. And as we have given shout outs to certain individuals, there's 2 that come to mind. Diane, like to recognize your uncle, Donald Gomes, who worked so hard as part of the parade committee, and I know he is so proud So
Thank
proud
you.
looking down on you and
Thank
seeing you carrying on.
He told
And-
me when I first went to him, I was so happy. I have to share this if you don't mind, but I was so happy. Uncle Donald, I'm the chair of the parade. I'm the chair of the parade. I'm scared, but I'm so happy, but I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And he said, y'all gonna be fine. Y'all were Gomes. Y'all gonna be fine. And don't worry about it. Just come to me. And the one thing he told me, and every one of the parade, I remember this. Don't wait for anyone, he said, because if you don't start on time, nothing else is on time
Did
for
you
the rest
hear that,
of the day.
Mayor Mitchell?
So, Mayor Mitchell, I want you there, 10:45. But that's so that every morning I'm like, Uncle Donald, it's 5 of 11, we're going.
That's great.
Marci, I just want to add the Cultura Festa.
Yes.
It's going to be where everyone will be after the parade
Yes.
at the Serenity Garden. And it's going to be a beautiful day. Last year was beautiful with the weather, even though it was raining. But so we're looking forward for the community to come out, enjoy the festivities, the food, the vendors, and the lawn. You can sit down. It's family atmosphere. So the Cultura Festa happening at Serenity Garden from 11 to 6, right after the 53rd Recognition Parade.
That's it. That's
Yes.
the crown
So thank
jewel.
you.
Yes.
That's the crown
That's a
jewel.
good ending.
Yep.
And also, thank you both. Thank you for all that you're doing. And another person that I would be remiss if I did not mention, Tom Lopes.
Yes.
Tom Lopes, if he were here, he would be out there recording everything and, you know, all the photos that we would love to see in Cape Verdean News. So we carry them all within us and look forward to just a wonderful, wonderful time. So we covered a lot. In closing, what makes this city so great is the diversity of cultures that exist here, all adding to the rich cultural tapestry, adding literally to the flavor we love here, known affectionately as New Beige or whatever else you call it. Get out and enjoy all the festivals, cultural events, restaurants, beaches, and more. Thank you to my guests today for being with me and all that they shared. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you out and about. See you next time on Neighborhood Update.